Imagine never worrying about failing another prop firm challenge again, or even losing a funded account again. What if I told you there's a strategy that guarantees consistent payouts month after month, even if you're failing challenges and even if you're losing funded accounts? Well, this is exactly how I have mastered the strategy of stacking multiple accounts, securing multiple funded accounts, and never worrying about a single failure again. And it's not just me. Hundreds of people in our community are doing the same thing, making more money than they ever have, more consistently than they ever have with prop firms. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy or method that myself and hundreds in our community are using to do exactly this. And here's exactly how I'm going to break it down. First, I'm going to show you the traditional method that most people, probably you, are using to trade prop firms, and why, although this might get the odd payout, it's just never going to be consistent for you. Then I'm going to reveal this exact method or strategy. Let's call it the conveyor belt strategy. And then finally, I'm going to show you how you can actually implement this strategy in real life, what we are doing, what our community are doing to actually implement this for real on prop firm challenges and prop firm funded accounts. So with that being said, let's dive in. Okay guys, so I'm going to get a little bit visual just to explain this whole situation, and I hope you like this. So how I keep getting paid even when I lose, I'm calling it for this video the conveyor belt method. Now this is not something we've actually dubbed. Just for this video, let's call it the conveyor belt method. Okay, so we're going to be looking at two different scenarios. We're going to be looking at the first scenario, which is kind of the the way that a lot of new traders trading prop firms will come in and start trading prop firms, which is kind of taking one challenge at a time. You take a challenge, you fail, you take the next challenge, you fail, take the next challenge, you pass, you get to a funded account, you then trade that funded account until you probably lose it, make as much money as you can from it, and then you will start the next challenge, and this will just keep going. And maybe later down the line you might say, okay, I'm going to risk trying to take two at the same time, but you don't really have a plan for it. So this is probably the majority of new traders coming in and trading prop firms, and it might be a lot of you guys, this is how you're trading. Now even if you are trading multiple, maybe you're not trading it like scenario number 2, which is multiple challenges, which is the conveyor belt method. Now one thing that is worth noting at this point now, guys, this strategy and this method is for someone who already can trade. This is not for someone who is coming into the market without a system or without a strategy. You need to have an edge in the market, whether that be a system that you use, maybe an EA, or a specific strategy that you use, that you can pass prop firm challenges. You have some kind of data, some kind of stats, you have kind of a pass rate, that you can pass. If you've never passed a challenge, then maybe this is not the video for you. Get to passing a challenge, go watch some of our other videos which will help you pass challenges. Maybe sign up for our EA called Titan X, which will help you pass. But the whole point of this is you need to have an edge on the market already. So very important. The next thing I want to make sure that is very clear with you guys, this video is just purely educational, okay? This is just purely for fun. It's just a method that I'm bringing to you guys, but it is not financial advice, okay? I want to be very clear. I'm not telling you this is how you should trade. This is how I trade. This is how a lot of people in our community trade, but it is, at the end of the day, just for fun, just educational. So do not take it as financial advice, and only ever put in money to the financial market that you are willing to lose. Okay, with that being said, let's dive in. We've got trader number 1. Let's call him Tom. So Tom starts beginning of the year, starts with his first challenge. He gets funded in February, which is amazing. First challenge funded. We don't always see that as new traders, but let's go with it. Let's run with it. And then he continues March and April to hit payouts. Now, what I'm doing for this is 2% is our target for our payouts, and I'm doing that across the board with both experiments, right? I'm not having one take more than the other. The goal is to hit that 2% profit target, right? I'm not even going to be talking about the 80-20 split. We're just looking at it as a number. 2K we're taking from the challenge in payouts, okay? So let's carry on. He then, unfortunately, Tom loses his account in May. Sorry, Tom, but it's okay. He goes on, takes challenge number 2, fails again. Bad run, takes challenge number 3. This is now in August already, and boom, he passes. He's actually got he's got a better than 35% funded rate. And this is something I want to make sure that you guys understand as well, right? That 35% funded rate is over a much bigger data set. And you're going to have sometimes when you are looking at a smaller data set that your funded rate is either worse than that or better than that. But it's once you have a much bigger data set that you're going to be looking at around the 35. And this isn't a perfect example because it's only 3 challenges. So it's very difficult at this point to see what your funded rate is. But he's done phenomenally well. This actually be a fantastic year for Tom. Well done, Tom. And he finishes off the year strong with 2 more payouts. So he's actually made $8,000 for the year. Perfect. Well done, Tom. $8,000 is not too bad. So let's go to scenario number 2, multiple challenges or the conveyor belt method. I'd like you to meet Josh. Hey, Josh, what's up? So Josh is starting with 5 challenges. Important to note here, guys, the number of challenges is up to you. You can take 2 challenges, 3 challenges, as long as you're taking more than that 1 challenge at a time. You want to be rotating multiple challenges. The less you go, obviously the less you can actually make, and the more you take, the more you can make, but you also, the more you have to invest initially. But this is what I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. Remember, I said I'm going to show you how to implement this into the real world, and I will be talking about that. So make sure you stick around because it's very, very interesting, and it's very important actually. So don't watch this, not watch that, and then just go try this. You need to watch it all. Okay, so he starts 4 challenges. Let's go, Josh. February, he fails 3, passes 2. So not too bad. 3 failed. Most people will be like, damn, you know, that's bad. But Josh is carrying on. He's cool with that. Two funded accounts. He goes on to March, starts his next 3 challenges. The other 2 are still funded and now are starting to take payouts. So he's got 2 payouts now of 2K. And now you can see for Josh, every single month now is going to start becoming much more consistent. And you'll see that I'm going to talk about that in a bit. So now April, he's got another funded. He's got 2 more payouts. 1 fails, another funded. He's now sitting on 4 funded accounts. That's amazing. In May, he's actually taking 1, 2, 3, 4 payouts. 4 of his accounts are all hitting that 2% and all taking a payout. He's also started his 9th challenge already. And now we go into June, sort of June, July time. He's got 3 of his funded accounts have got payouts. The challenge he started the previous month has now got funded, but unfortunately he has lost 1 of his funded accounts. So we go on to sort of July, August. He is 3 payouts again. He actually loses another funded account. He starts a new challenge. We're going into August, September, sort of September time. He loses another account. He loses 2 accounts in fact, but he's still getting 1 payout and he's starting another challenge, and he's actually just got a new funded account as well. And you can see how this conveyor belt, as some are dropping off, are failing, others are just coming in and replacing. And this is the beauty of this whole method and this whole strategy and why it works so well. So let's move on. October, he's now starting another challenge, and he's lost another funded account, and he's also gained a funded account. So lost 1, gained 1. Beautiful conveyor belt system there, working perfectly. He's starting another challenge and he's got another payout. So for those 2 months, he only received 1 payout each, but that doesn't matter, right? Now we're going November, December, because December is a slower month, you know, so he's looking at, he got another funded account. He actually he failed another challenge. He started another challenge and he got 3 payouts. So over November, December, he got 3 more payouts. So one thing I wanted you to notice here, guys, is look at the consistency here, right? You've got 4K, 8K, 6K, 6K, 2K, 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 4K. So you can see every single month he is now consistently turning over money. There's no longer that kind of, you know, income gap happening that happened in scenario 1. You have good months and you have not so good months, but every month's a good month when you're making money, right? So that is the beauty of this. Josh has had a phenomenal year. Josh is smiling. Josh is going to have the best Christmas of his life. Well done, Josh. Right, so let's keep going here, guys. Let's have a look at this. So let's go back to Tom. Tom not looking so happy. He had a pretty good year. So let's look here. He took 3 challenges. The cost of those challenges, if they're $500 a challenge, is $1,500. His total payouts was $8,000. So his total profit for the year was $6,500. That's not bad. That's, you know, a chin up there, Tom. You did pretty well. Got some extra money, but this is not enough money to be kind of like, you know, quitting your job or thinking about quitting your job. So let's have a look at Josh. Josh is looking a little bit more confident. He's looking smart. He's had a much better year. So he took 14 challenges overall. His total cost for those challenges was $7,000, but his total in payouts was $38,000, guys. And then his total profit, taking off the 7, is still $31,000 over the year. So you can see Josh has had a much more successful year. Yes, he had to put in a little bit more money, but overall, he had a much more successful year than Tom did. So let's have a look at these in comparison. So you can see here, guys, big difference on a graph. If you put these 2 guys on a graph, you can see Josh way up there, sitting above $35,000 or sitting around $35. Tom looking a little bit confused, not quite sure how Josh has got up there. Well, Tom, Josh was using the conveyor belt strategy, and it's something that you can use too. And it's, if you stick around, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can. So there you have it, guys, the power of actually taking multiple challenges. And now one thing I do want to talk about here, guys, is Josh is not only taking multiple challenges with one prop firm, he's actually spreading his eggs across multiple prop firms. And this is really important, guys, because, you know, the last last 2 years have been pretty tough when it comes to prop firms. We've had a lot of prop firms closing down. The rules are getting stricter. And what might end up happening, let's just go back here. I want to show you something, guys. So if you look at Tom's timeline there, you know, if you're taking one challenge at a time, this is with one prop firm. He might have actually gone to this first payout and they denied him. And then you can't count that as a payment, right? Or he might have got that one and the prop firm closes there, right? And then he's got to start from scratch. And now that's all coming off what he's actually earned at the end of the year. Whereas here with Josh, yes, the same thing might have happened. Maybe challenge 3, he got to the first payout, they denied him. It's okay because he's got all these other ones that are constantly on the conveyor belt. So whatever happens, either you're failing, you're losing a funded, or the prop firm is denying, or whatever it is, you know, any scenario that comes your way, this system is kind of there to back you up. And that's the beauty of this system, guys. All right, so let's now go and talk about how we can implement this into real life. Here at Blue Edge, we have an incredible calculator. Now, this is the HedgeBot calculator. And I've not even spoken to you guys about the HedgeBot because I wanted this to just be pure prop firm challenges as it stands. Because a lot of people that are watching this, you know, might have their own strategy and that's what they're going to be using. So I wanted to just keep it at that level for now. I will be talking about the hedging as well. But for this, I'm just going to throw this. We've got this little calculator now, which actually can help give you some kind of idea of the potential that you can earn, right? So what I want to start doing is I want to start looking at maybe people that are looking at just taking 2 challenges at a time. Because remember I talked about, you know, you got to look at what you're willing to invest into this first, right? You can't just take 5 challenges at a time if you don't have that 7,000 to throw at it initially. So you've got to make sure that whatever you're willing to invest into your prop firm journey, that this is still going to work for you. So let's say you only want to invest 1 or 2,000, then you can still split that 1 or 2,000 into 2, 3 or 4 20K accounts, or maybe 3 50K accounts. So you've got to decide where your starting point is. And no matter where your starting point is, if you are taking multiple at the same time, you're going to get to that point that you are consistently earning every month. You're then going to start reinvesting into take bigger accounts. So let's say you start with 5K accounts. You're starting with 5K accounts because with 1,000, 2,000, you can do that. You can start 5K accounts. And then you get to a point where as your accounts start failing, you've made enough money that you can start replacing the accounts on the conveyor belt now with 10K or even 25K accounts. And then slowly but surely, every single account will be replaced with a 25K. And then so the system goes on. Every now and then you're going to replace it with the 50K, and then eventually all of them will be replaced with 50. And you can get yourself to the point that you have all 100Ks or even all 200Ks. Now, if you're running the point where you have 200K accounts, 5 accounts, you're only running 5 accounts, you're looking at $1 million funded with the system where you just constantly, you know, keep it ticking. So let's have a look here, guys. Let's just still look at the 100K account. So $500, I've got this as a 2-phase. You can see my funded rate there is 35. You've got average days, about 30 days. The reason I'm taking that is because that is the stats that we have, guys, for our system. And I told you about that. I'm going to talk about that at the end as well. Our system called the Prop Farming Blueprint. We used an EA that does all of this for us. So we can take multiple challenges. And this is something I want to talk to you guys about at the end, but just stick around because let's just get over this first. We're looking at about 1.5 payouts per month because most prop firms now pay every 2 weeks. You can get a payout every 2 weeks. And the fact that we're only looking for a 2% profit target, you can hit that in 2 weeks easily. And in some cases, some of the prop firms I'm trading with, you can get a payout whenever you want. So I can actually get 3 payouts, 4 payouts in a month if it goes well. And then we've got 80% profit split, obviously, 2% profit target on, this is on the funded account, and then profit target hit rate, I've only got it 85%. Now, personally, for me at the moment, I'm sitting at 100%, but we're looking at it like 85, 90%. And that means once you've got a funded account, how long until you actually lose it? How consistently are you hitting that 2%? And for us, we're looking at about an 85, 90%. So I'm going the lower end, 85%, and net profit on hedging. So I'm going to turn this to 0 for now because we're not talking about hedging. Okay, so you can see just with the 2 accounts, not even funded, 2 accounts running simultaneously, you will slowly build your way up to getting potentially $4,000 a month, right? Because you will eventually get to a point where both accounts are funded, you're trading them, and then maybe one drops off, the next one could come in and replace it. But you can get to a point where you're making about $4,000 a month. So this might be a little bit higher, but this is purely just to give an idea. And for me, I'm pretty much spot on with what I'm doing at the moment. With this, it's very close to this. So let's have a look. Like we talked about, having 4 or 5 challenges at a time. And now you can see you're getting to 5,000, 6,000 in the first couple months, in the first 4 or 5 months, and then you're going upwards from there, right? You can have months where you're looking at about a 9, 10K month if you're taking 4 challenges at a time, right? So this is a great way that you can actually get an idea of how this will work in the real world. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, guys, is that number of accounts, right? You've got to understand how many accounts you can take, right? If you're very busy, you have a another job and this is something you're doing on the side, it's going to be very difficult to try and trade, let's just say 4 accounts at the same time. So what you could do is you could start with the 4 challenges. On Monday, you trade 2 accounts. Tuesday, you trade the other 2 accounts, and you just alternate the days. And what you should do is the 2 accounts that you're trading on Monday will both be with different prop firms, and you trade exactly the same trade on both. So it's very easy to get your entry and exit. Whatever your strategy is, you're just trading them both, and it doesn't matter because you're on different prop firms. So it doesn't really matter if you have the exact same trade. You don't want to be doing that if you have 2 of the challenges on the same prop firm. You don't want to be taking this exact same trades because they are probably going to have an issue with that. Even though you are the one taking it, it's probably just safer to make sure that you are doing this across 2 different prop firms. So you can take 2 on 2 separate prop firms and then another 2. So you're running 4 separate prop firms at the same time. So Monday you're trading 2, Tuesday you're trading 2, Wednesday you're trading 2. Another way you can do it is you can trade 1 account at a time. Monday you take a trade, Tuesday you take a trade, Wednesday you take a trade. And this is just constantly rotating like that. And that way you're still only really looking at the market the same as you would for one challenge, but you are kind of running at the same time. Now this might take a little bit longer for you to actually get to that profit target, to pass your account, to get to a funded account and maybe hit that profit target. But it's still, you know, you're still getting that ball rolling, and that's the whole point. You've got to get that ball rolling. And this is where I want to actually talk about our system, because it's so easy to take multiple challenges. Like I said, we have some people that are taking 10 to 15 challenges. Obviously that comes down to how much you are willing to put in, but we do have people that are very easily taking 10 to 15 challenges at a time. And the only way they can do that is because we have this incredible prop farming blueprint and an EA that is trading on our behalf. So you can set up the EA. We have literally thousands of settings and set files and strategies. So every single account you're trading will be essentially trading a completely separate, unique strategy. So you don't even have to worry about each of them copying each other. They're not doing that. Our system is so good that it's literally trading thousands of different strategies. There's no strategy that is, trading the same time on the same account. So you don't have to even worry about that. And it's because of this that we are able to run this conveyor belt method so smoothly. And like I said, we've got so many members in our community right now that are running this system and are making more profits more consistently than they ever have. So if you are worried about, you like the system, you really like what you've seen, you like the idea and the concept of the conveyor belt and it makes sense to you, but you're a bit worried about how you're going to trade multiple accounts, then just go to www.propfarming.com, have a look at the demo video, fill in the form there, and someone from our support team will get hold of you and kind of, guide you from there. But it is a great way to get this system going. And it's so easy to trade multiple accounts at the same time, guys. I'm currently actually doing a series where I am tracking my progress. I started, I think it was in December, started afresh, and I basically started with 2 challenges at a time. I'm now running 5 at a time. And my goal was to get to $5,000 every month consistently. And March, touch wood, I don't want to, bit of a teaser because the video is coming out soon, but it looks like I'm going to hit 5K. And I think from this point on, I'm going to be consistently hitting that 5K. And I feel like we are very close to a potential 10K month. So if you haven't tuned in for my series, guys, make sure you subscribe, go have a look at the series, catch up, because the next video is going to be out very soon and it's going to be a good one. So yeah, with that being said, guys, that's it. That is the method. That is how you can consistently get profits from prop firms, because we know prop firms, it's a little bit more difficult these days. But this strategy is so good because you're spreading your eggs across multiple prop firms and you're just keeping that conveyor belt turning. We're gonna fail challenges. We're gonna potentially get denied payouts. All of this stuff is gonna happen. But if you have multiple accounts all running at the same time, you can take those failures. You can take those no payouts, because there's always gonna be another one that's gonna come in and replace it. And it's such a good system and it works so well. And I'm not just saying that because, yeah, in theory this works. No, we're doing it. We actually are running this system now. I'm doing it. The series I'm talking about, I'm doing exactly that. So go watch the series and you'll see it for yourself in real time. I'm actually doing it. So thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, guys. If you like the video, it took me a bit of time. I hope the graphics helped with all the explanation. If you like that, guys, let me know. I'll be happy to do this kind of graphical interpretation for whatever I'm talking about in future as well. Turn your conveyor belts on. What are you waiting for? Get those conveyor belts turning and start putting the challenges on it, because I promise you it is a fantastic strategy. I hope to see you guys in the Discord soon. I hope to see you guys joining the conveyor belt, joining the prop farming team. And yeah, all the best in your trading endeavors, guys. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.